the drums. The Southern Expanse is where the devil comes. Crimson sails on the morning tide. We sail for glory, let the gods decide. There's a whisper deep where the wreckage sleeps, of a vanishing isle and secrets it keeps. A cursed coin, a siren's kiss, a deal struck under the moon's abyss. Raise the sails, hear the drums. The Southern Expanse is where the devil comes. Crimson sails on the morning tide. We sail for glory, let the gods decide. To the drowned and the captain's lost, to the compass spun and the fates we toss. For freedom's bought with blood and flame, and every ship sails toward its name. Raise the sails, hear the drums. The Southern Expanse is where the devil comes. Crimson sails on the morning tide. We sail for glory, let the gods decide.
Hey there, role players, gamers, geeks, freaks, and everyone in between. Welcome back to DeaconsTable, and I am Deacon Blues, your resident dungeon master, and this is the cast of the Scarlet Reaver. I'm not going to do all the recap intro this week. I'm going to do that next week, but as it is, I'm a little scatterbrained today, just so everybody is prepared for that all my notes are out of order again. So I will be doing my best to kind of piece it together as we go. That's usually the way it works. Before we do get started, though, I want to let everybody know that is watching and that is tuning in. This is our last episode of Southern Expanse until after the holidays. However, next Thursday, make sure you tune in and join us. We've got something special happening for the holidays. It is a special one-shot live stream event. It is a little bit longer than our 2-hour windows. It will start at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and run through till about 9 or 9:30. And again, it's meant to be, it's heroic fantasy. It still takes place in Foreverland, but it is just meant for shits and giggles, to be honest with you. So that's what it's going to be. It's going to be just a lot of fun as the band of adventurers goes to rescue Brightnose, the wonderful reindeer from the steppes of Merelva that has guided the way with his shiny nose, but he has been kidnapped by some entities from the Frostwood. So that's where we're at for that. So I hope you guys are able to come back and join us for that. But in the meantime, let's meet our players this week for Southern Expanse. We're going to start off with Ren. Ren, who are you and who are you playing?
Hi, I'm Kerry Morning, and I'm playing Rin, this side, the plucky cat girl, Taisha hero, Tessin dancer.
Excellent. And beside Rin, we have Solvar. Solvar, who are you and who are you playing?
Sorry. Hi, I'm Dave, and I'm playing Solvar. He's a canary. Blue in color, but he's a canary, and he is the School of Illumination.
Excellent. And beside him, of course, we have Jorak. Jorak, who are you and who are you playing?
Hey everyone, Ken the Friend here. I'm Ken the Friend on YouTube and on Discord, and of course I'm playing this grumpy turtle guy, Jorak. He is a coralback, and his class is Pit Fighter, so he's gone through some rough times and still a bit grumpy.
Yeah, just a little bit. And of course, last but not least is Cayenne Rochar. Who are you and who are you playing?
Hi there, I'm Jen, and I'm playing Cayenne Rochar. She's a serpent tail, and she is a covenant class.
Excellent. It's a little bit of a covenant class. A lot of people are now that are watching. I notice we're getting a viewership and they're watching. You may not be familiar with the lineages that people are playing. You will get more familiar with them as you watch, and because they are all original lineages, as are the character classes. So you will kind of get to know them as we go. So with all that in mind, where we last left you guys is, of course, you had delivered the special marble, and it opened up something beneath the temple of Griva, who is the goddess of life and death, but also the goddess of silence, and so on. So it's opened something beneath her catacombs, and you've kind of discovered that, and you've kind of started your way back to the surface, and that's where you all were. So. Or the chamber anyway. You're thinking about it. You're in that final chamber, and you're not sure whether to go further or go back to talk to the captain. I think that's what you guys were discussing on what to do. So, the corridor beyond this fallen chamber warms beneath your feet. The stone pulses with that slow rhythmic thrum, like a heartbeat of something enormous. Buried beneath the soil, and you four have already been feeling this for some time. It's just become more prominent as where you are in relation to everything that's going on. Light ripples along the walls. Sigils rearrange themselves in gentle spirals and shapes. As you step forward, your footsteps don't echo; they resonate through the walls. Then a warmth blooms in your pockets, or your hands, or your belt, or wherever you choose it to be. Small, smooth stones, river pebble-shaped, glow faintly. Somebody already has one of these, and they've had it from the beginning. It came from the marble. Who had that small, round piece of the marble from the beginning? I believe it was Ren.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so you have that already. So the other three of you now, wherever they may be, you don't remember picking them up. You don't remember ever seeing them before, except for one of you. And you know where yours came from. The one who carried such a pebble all the way since the surface. All these pebbles begin to hum together. So, Solvar, where is this pebble? Where do you discover it?
I believe he has a small pouch that he keeps some of the little trinkets that he has. So he kind of feels something sort of beating up against the side of his his chicken thigh. So I'm going to reach in and pull this thing out, kind of examine it, wonder what it is, look at it, any markings.
No, it's a smooth, round stone that's humming. And Ren, you see Solvar beside you pull this stone out that looks very similar to yours, and they're both humming. Jorak, where is yours?
He's got like a little stash in his strap where he keeps some of his more precious items. He's got the raven feather that Raven gave him. He's got the burned scroll with the image of the original four that includes Daksha. And that's where he felt the warmth. So when he kind of reaches in there, he kind of pulls out this pebble. It's like, doesn't remember putting that in there. What? So it's just trying to figure that out.
And then once it's out, you also notice now the other two with similar stones out, and they're all humming. Cayenne, where do you discover yours?
Probably in the pouch that is at her waist that has her remaining healing potion and a few other things in it.
Okay. And you pull it out and you determine the same thing. And then your guide, who's still with you, Marin, you guys can make me an insight check.
Hey, Deacon, check.
Yep.
Check the chat.
Am I missing comments here?
Oh yeah.
Humming pebbles? Is that rock music? I like that. That's a good one. Good one. Good one. Very good. I like that. All right. So how did we do with our insight?
18 for myself.
Okay. Silvar, you 100% realize. Hey, no problem, Goose. No problem. You can watch it on replay. That's why we stream to YouTube, so you can watch it again and again and again. Watch as many times as you like. Share it with your friends. You get a feeling from Marin as he's just kind of watching all this happening. He seems very unsure. Where he had some confidence when you first came down below, but ever since the opening of this lower chamber and you guys going down, he seems really unsure of everything. He's kind of looks to the four of you holding these pebbles, and he goes, I didn't know that this could happen. There's legends that speak marble holding old memories, but nothing said it would seed its pieces in others. You must have carried them without knowing. He just kind of looks at you, he swallows. It's because it's reacting because you're close to the sleeper, or it's reacting to you. What do you do with these pebbles, these shards, as we'll call them, because they're shards of the original stone, but they're smooth, round pebbles. What are you doing with it? Are you just letting it sit out? Are you gripping it tightly? Are you putting it just back in your pouch and ignoring it? What is your character's reaction to this happening?
Lynn is going to hold hers up in front of her face like this, and she's going to start poking and prodding it.
Okay. So you're poking and prodding. What about Solvar? What do you...
Okay, you're saying there's a hum. So I'm going to try and match that hum or harmonize with that hum or try to attune with that hum.
Okay.
I did with the marble. I want to do that with this stone or this pebble.
Yeah, I get it. And Jorak, what about you? What are you doing with your stone?
He's kind of using it kind of as a dowsing rod. He's just kind of moving it around to see if it pitch changes, tone changes, gets louder or softer, see if it's like drawn to something in particular.
Yeah, it's okay. So you're doing that. And Cayenne, what about you?
I would just sling my buckler shield onto my left arm and transfer the stone from right to left and hold it in my shield arm.
Okay, so you're just kind of holding it. So, Ren,
in my fist, not tight enough to make sure it's slip out.
You're just holding it in your arm. So, Ren, you poke and prod it, and you're looking at it and examining it. It is a smooth piece of marble, like white marble, like a beautiful piece of marble. It's not completely round. It's not circular. It's a bit of an oval shape.
Didn't you say it was like a river stone?
What's that?
Didn't you say it was like a river stone?
It's like a river rock, like smooth like that, but it's pure white, and it's that pure marble. And none of the four of them are exactly the same. They're all around the same size, but they're all like slightly different shapes. But there's nothing really, other than the fact that it's humming, that really sets it off. Dave, you match. I need you to make me a performance check, actually, as you're trying to match the harmonics.
15 plus 21.
I have a question.
Yep. Ask the question. Go ahead.
Does the chunk of marble that Cayenne took from Low Forge when we were down in mining way down under the first time. Does it also hum from her backpack?
The piece that you took that was off of us, like the separate vein, not the one from the slab, correct?
Right, right.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Okay.
It's not. It's not reacting. It's just a piece of white marble. So Dave, you do match the resonance, the tone of the hum, and you go along with it. And it's because of that, while Jorak is taking his stone and using it like a dowsing rod and kind of moving forward and moving around, that you notice while he's doing that, that the hum from Jorak's stone changes more in a certain direction.
So I'm going to look towards that direction that I kind of noticed he's pointing towards, not knowing what he's pointing at.
It's kind of like the image that you see sort of on your screen where you're at. You're kind of looking down this corridor, and it's changing towards the end of the corridor. Like as he kind of moves in that direction slightly, it's there moving towards whatever's at the end of this this corridor.
Changing in a good way or a bad way?
Just changing its frequency. It's not violent.
The
It's
stone
loud.
is changing, not the corridor. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, not the corridor. The actual hum, the sound that you're picking up on, and you pick up on it because you're matching the tone. But all of a sudden, one piece of the puzzle isn't matching anymore.
Okay. I got to start looking around at the other two, so I'll see what's happening with Kyan and Rin.
You see Rin poking at hers. Kyan's just kind of holding hers in her hand.
Okay. But I'm not seeing the same thing that's happening with...
You're getting the same hum, the same tone
right.
from their stones because, again, they're not moving.
All right. I'm going to suggest that we start moving towards down the end of the corridor because this thing is calling us. Who's with me?
Proceed.
Marin, do you have any historical guesses of what this thing is we might be facing?
He just kind of... He seems lost, to be honest. You're... So far, because you've already done the insight on him, he's grasping at straws for pretty much everything he's doing right now. It's everything that he is saying is from either myth or legend or story or prophecy or you know what I mean? It's just all old readings and teachings. So he's really unfamiliar with what's going on, other than the fact that you guys know that the sleeper is not what it appeared to be. At least you don't think it is. It is further in these things, and there's something that's being called, or you guys are being called to it.
So I'm going to explain to everybody that I think Marin needs us more than we need him.
He actually nods as you say that.
Yes, so that's my polite way of saying he's useless. But anyways, I think the thing is that if we move forward cautiously, we need to discover what it is that's taking place. I believe it was something that was being, we thought, held here and guarded here. And so now let's go see what this is. What was the big hoopla of this stone? Why do we bring this stone here? It's calling. Let's go look. I'm very curious now.
Well, the stone was supposed to quiet this thing that's bothering the town, but it had the opposite effect. So now we got to figure out why.
Yeah, and the town really, like the city, is really unfamiliar with what's going on because the city, there was something below that was reacting to noise, and of course, Elderlock is a city of over 1 million people. It's probably one of the largest cities on this part of the mainland, especially along the coast. So that's why when you got here, for a city so large, it was very quiet. Almost like they were intentionally trying to be quiet, not to disturb whatever was going on. And the belief was that marble you brought was going to help buffer or stop whatever it was from waking up, and the city can go back to normal. It didn't work that way. So things have kind of gone sideways. So you guys continue down this long, wide chamber corridor. And down near the end, you reach a spot where there's a towering translucent door that stands ahead of you. Stone-like mist caught in crystal. Sigils drift lazily beneath its surface, and they move around. You see hollows, little hollow indents in the door, in this translucent door, that match the exact size and shape of your stones. What do you do?
Well, if Kaya notices that, she would point that out. Look, these hollow
Ren,
indents.
Ren, being the cat that she is, isn't even waiting. Oh,
You go
look.
first.
Does this fit?
You go first.
Perfect. Ren, can I get
Does it look like
Constitution-
there should be sorry.
does it look like they're what?
Should be a sequence to us putting the stones in?
They're just 4 indents in the door. That's all you notice.
Okay.
And Ren has gone over and placed hers in the one that seemed to fit. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, Ren.
Bitter failure. I got a 3.
Okay. You take 3 points of psychic damage, and you are disoriented until next turn. You're just kind of a little out of it all of a sudden, and it's almost like you got a shock, but it wasn't a physical electrical jolt. It was a mental zing.
She jumps and her tail puffs out and goes poker straight in the air.
Okay, what's everybody else doing? You see Ren put this in. One second here. I just want to do it. And it does. You do see the stone kind of flare up once you put it in and you get that zing. You're a little. You're not really sure what's going on, but everybody else has been watching as you're doing this. All of a sudden, a small sigil flares on the stone that was pure white before when you put it in. Brilliant, resonant, and a wave of warmth kind of briefly expands out from that particular stone. Silver.
I will continue to hum along with my stone.
Yep.
And then look to see where it would fit in the remaining 3.
Yep.
And I will then gently place it in said hole.
Constitution saving throw, please.
Well, that's 19 plus 4 is 23.
You get like a shock to your head, like a brain freeze for a second, and it passes. But the stone goes in and it does the exact same thing, but a different sigil kind of flares up on the stone, and a warmth spreads out over the area. Jorak.
Jorak pulls out a piece of cloth, puts the stone in the cloth, and then approaches and then looks for his and just very carefully puts it in.
Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, 19.
Ooh.
Okay, you're fine. You get the same thing, like a brain freeze moment, and it flares up with the sigil. Cayenne, what are you doing?
Shrugs, walks over very carefully, stealing her mind and setting her shield, and in her shield sticks that stone in.
Okay, Constitution save.
It, 16.
Okay. You just get like a brain freeze, and you see the same thing. The only person that's really acting really strange right now is Rin, but you also notice Warren or Marin seems very, very confused at the moment, just kind of watching the situation that's going on. Rin, as you're, again, you don't know what's going on really around you, but everything in your, actually all of you at this point, your vision turns white. It's like you're getting a vision of something. It's not that you're blind. Everything just kind of goes blank. You see, Rin, a being of shifting crystal and light, and a large, colossal being. And something in you says that this is the sleeper. Solvar, you get an image of monks kneeling in reverence, guided by the presence of this colossal being that you sense. You don't actually see him, but sense nearby. Jorak, you see this crystalline stone that makes up the sleeper, that makes up this colossal being. And you notice that there's a catastrophic fracture in it. Cayenne, you notice a crystalline structure in a wall. There seems to be more to it than just a wall. Like it's a massive crystalline stone shape. But all of a sudden you notice shards of crystal falling like stars through the sky. And you guys all notice your vision comes back, and Marin is on his knees. And he just kind of looks at the four of you. The legends. They never said the sleeper was a teacher or that it was shattered. We only had fragments of old songs. This could change everything. And as all of you return from this vision, the visions kind of collapse, and that door opens. What details, Ren, have stuck with you now that everything you're getting your senses back? What details have stuck with you from that vision the most?
Monks. I saw the creature.
Yeah, you're the only one that actually saw it.
But you asked, didn't you just ask me what features and something?
Yeah, like what is your mind immediately think, like after the vision's all gone? Are you thinking of other things, or are you focused on something about that vision?
Well, she because she feels that this is what we're looking for. She's trying to go over her head, like, did it seem like it was angry, in pain, confused, welcoming, aggressive?
All right, so you're kind of focused on the being. What was its intentions or feelings? You didn't get anything from it. Was just a vision, so you really didn't get any of that. But again, those thoughts are going over and over again in your mind. Like you're asking yourself those questions. Solvar, when you notice the monks kneeling in reverence, what is going through your mind, remembering that memory, as the door has now opened in front of you and whatnot? So
It's the, I think I was more focused on the ritual aspect of their reverence, and that because when the vision disappears, and I see Marin on the ground on his knees, just as the monks were in my vision, it was like, is this sort of like a deja vu type thing, or like, is there a connection between him being on the ground and the vision that I saw? That's what I'm trying to do, is connect those two.
Yep. Roll me a religion check.
Intelligence, dude, come on. 10, sorry.
Yeah, you're not piecing anything really together, but those thoughts are going through your mind.
Yep.
Jorak, what about you? Your vision, with the fracture. Again, you didn't really see all of this, whatever it is, but it's fractured. There is a catastrophic fracture there as well. What's going through your mind? What is your thought process as you focus on, or are you focused on that at all? Or
Well, his main thought is as soon as he sees it, he's picturing this thing that's old, that's been around, that's cracked, and the first thing he's thinking of, like, it's hurt. And he's trying to think of ways, how do you fix it? Maybe, mix some limestone sand and then add water to try to get a healing mix in. He's trying to figure out, is there any way to fix it? Is there any way to help salvage it, bring it whole again?
Okay.
And that's where he's.
So you're thinking of the helpful aspect of things. You want to make things right. Kyan, what about you? You saw the shards
Is Jorak
falling.
mumbling any of that aloud?
Yeah, is anybody sharing this information, by the way, with each other?
Jorak would have just said he's hurt, and then that's it. He would have just been thinking about how
So
to.
Jorak said he's hurt. Solvar hasn't shared anything at all. Rin, are you mentioning anything to anybody?
She ate the pebble.
Now
she's
are you muted? I think you're muted.
I'm sorry. She's kind of in her own little world, and she just sort of mentions offhandedly about this being that she saw.
Okay. So she mentions a being. Jorak has mentioned it's hurt. And then you had the vision of all these shards falling from this crystalline thing. Wall.
Okay, she's saying it's a wall or some sort of structure and crystal shards falling, many hundreds of them.
Are you sharing that, or are you just...
Yes.
So you share that. And Marin actually says stones formed the first Echo Wardens. He seems confused, which he's been pretty much the whole time. You guys can all make an insight check, though.
That's an 18. Oh.
Okay, so an 18.
17.
18.
Yeah. Okay.
17.
So, a couple of you notice right off the bat that Marin isn't just confused. He's dealing with some kind of inner conflict. Perhaps between what his beliefs are and what he's learning now. You just kind of sense that from him. I need all of you, as you're focused on these thoughts, to make me a wisdom saving throw.
13.
13,
Reroll it.
3.
You're
21.
using the wrong dice again.
It's giving me some
21.
good rolls.
21's good. Silver, how are you?
7.
Okay, so Cayenne, you're fine. The rest of you, as you're thinking about it, and you kind of stop for a moment, just kind of re-get your bearings again on what the door being open and everything else. You're exhausted. You each get 1 level of exhaustion.
All of us?
No, Cayenne, you're fine. But they noted you, Cayenne. You noticed that the rest of them, including Marin, is noticeably fatigued. And they were fine a few moments ago.
The vision seems to have done something.
No, we just had a long day. That's all.
I don't know. I'm used to visions. Perhaps it didn't affect me as much.
Out of the 4 of you,
I'm used to visions when I'm on catnip too.
keep in mind 3 of you now have a -2 to all your rolls. While you're exhausted, it hurts. You are suffering with this. You can all make either an Arcana or a History check now that all the visions have passed.
Straight 19.
Okay.
13 with the -2,
Okay, 13.
including -2. Yeah.
Well, 17 then with the -2.
Okay.
Since
See, sometimes it doesn't matter, folks.
I get a +2, but I get
Then
a
a minus.
-2,
So it's
so
just
my
a straight
actual total is 4.
roll. Okay. And Cayenne?
5.
Okay. So Rin, you're the only one that actually made it. You, after hearing, and again, your head was really foggy there for a while, but after hearing what you've heard and seeing what you've seen and kind of piecing it together, you start to understand that the marble, this whatever this large piece was, used to be many shards like the stones that you have. The order that is here now, that Marin is part of, they used to be different. They actually used to learn directly from this sleeper. It was their contact, where they learned everything from. And you've kind of pieced that part together. With the doors being open, who's going in?
Rin goes in.
Kind of going.
Rin's in.
So kind of Rin are striding in side by side.
Okay, so they've gone in first. Silver, are you coming in behind, or are you?
I'm pushing
Wait
the
in.
turtle in. I'm using the turtle.
you're
All
there.
right. Come on. We're getting there.
As you enter into this chamber, you like, again, you don't know really how far beneath the city you actually are at this point, and you're kind of taken back by what you see. The chamber is vast enough to house a fortress in it. It's massive. Spiraling sigils sweep across the floor in soft green arcs. In the center lies this colossal piece of stone and crystal, plates layered like landslide paused in time, threaded with these crystalline, shimmering veins that are going right through it. You kind of look, and its face is almost like a mandala of moving symbols. It's constantly shifting, endlessly unfolding on itself. A pulse radiates outward, slow and arcing, a wave of these ancient memories, the visions that you had outside kind of come back to you for a moment and then fade, brushing against all of your senses. You get memories from your childhood mixed in with there as well. Whether or not it's reading those or whether you're just remembering, you have no idea. And Marin
Even me?
is kind of behind you, and you hear his voice. He says, This is the sleeper of echoes. A mind. It's a mind, not a creature. It's a teacher. If the legends are true anyway. But something's wrong.
It's cracked. It needs to be healed. Do you know how to heal crystal cracks?
He kind of looks. It doesn't say anything about healing it. I mean, I've read the text that even there's not even much on this. It's just mentioned that somewhere back in the beginning there was the sleeper of echoes, but really not much on it. That it went silent. Who steps forward first, and who hangs back?
I'd step
Rin
forward.
walks up to it and puts her hand on it.
So Ren wants to walk up. Okay. Cayenne, you said you were going to do something as well.
Yeah, I'd walk up there. I don't know if I put my hand on it, but I'd walk right up there.
So you're gonna
Study it.
walk up as well.
Study it.
Solvar.
So after listening to what Marin was just saying, I'm almost thinking what I was trying to piece together back with the vision.
Yep.
Have these people stopped the ritual of reverence to this entity? They're ignoring it. It's like they're no longer revering it as a teacher or whatever, or they've turned their backs on the entity. That's what I'm struggling with now. And do
Okay, so you're focused on that.
Yes.
Roll a religion check. I'll get to the other two that move forward already. Jorak, what are you doing as the other two have kind of stepped forward?
He's kind of circling it or going around looking to see, not only kind of get a scope of it, but see if he can find any
You're
sign
looking
of
for the
damage
crack.
or crack. Yeah.
Okay. Jorak, you can make me a nature check. Cayenne, you've approached, but you haven't touched. But what are you kind of looking for? Are you just
Studying
examining
it all
as well?
over, but particularly if I can see any patterns in the face thing.
Okay.
Face.
Roll me an Arcana check. Ren, you touch it, and what you see is one of those echo wisps, a minor echo wisp. I'll see if I can pull up an image for you here. Had an image of him. Don't know where he went. Nope, it's not there. Dang it. Where did it go? Creatures. Maybe sit down. Yeah, I'm going to load it up a different way. So if I do, oops. We're going to take another image out. I'm going to remove this, and because as you do put hands on it, Ren. Other than you're seeing these things come out from it, you guys are all noticing something as you're examining and looking at the stone.
This is the
that?
face.
That's all of a sudden what you're noticing, that the patterns start to come together and form. There's like eyes and a nose, and this is a being. This is something in front of you that Ren has now got her hands on. So I'm just again, I'm trying to find it. Okay, now I can remove this from the studio. You're only allowed so many images on here. It won't let you share more than that, which kind of sucks.
Looks like he's got a plugged sinus issue.
Shoot, does it really? Dang, I can't make it go bigger. Yeah, it's kind of small. It's tiny, maybe about 2.5 feet tall. Is the first you see one of them at first, kind of come out from one of the veins that are lit up and circling around. It's like a wispy, about yay high, humanoid in shape but translucent and moving about. It definitely looks like a spirit of some kind as it comes out, and another one comes out, and another one comes out, and another one comes out as you're putting your hands on this particular thing. Just double checking something here for.
I don't at the moment. I have GarageBand on my iPad.
Be
Yours,
careful.
but okay. And Jorak, what did you rolled as well? Correct.
15 with the -2.
You see cracks for certain, and you don't know how to heal it or how to make it better. Cayenne, what did you roll?
Oh, what were we rolling?
Yours was Arcana, I think.
Yours was Arcana to see if you can see a pattern.
11.
Yeah, you don't really notice any pattern. And Silver, what was your religion check?
With the -2 canceling out my +2, I got 18.
An 18, actually very good. Yeah, you kind of piece together that this sleeper is among Elder Locke's half-remembered spiritual figures. This is a figure that was here before the city, before maybe even the ruler of this realm, of this region. You're not certain of that, but this entity has been here a long time, and apparently there's more than one throughout the lands, not just from here but beyond. There are spiritual figures that go back, and at one time, yes, revered, followed. They were teachers. The order, whether or not they turned their back on the entity or they just forgot over time, you're not certain. What you've seen of Marin and the Order, they don't seem like a bad bunch of people. They have their beliefs and they follow it. But for whatever reason, there's a disconnect between the truth of the then, and the myth of the now. So you're kind of piecing that together. Ren, what are you doing? Because you're the first one that notices these wisps coming out from the stone. What are you doing?
Well, she looks to see whether or not they look hostile.
They don't necessarily look friendly. You can make an insight check, though, if you want.
I will do that.
There's probably about a dozen of them right now.
17.
Yeah, they're not friendly. They seem to be in protect mode, and you just placed your hands on whatever it is that they're protecting. At this point, you all now see a dozen of these small, wispy, translucent spirits floating about. And by the time you get to this point, you can clearly tell they're hostile. So you can all make me an initiative check, please. And don't forget, you still have a...
Ren, look out, she says.
You do have a -2, the three of you. Remember that.
I guess I'm going to have to take care of that, aren't I?
Yes.
I think you do have something that helps exhaustion, I believe.
Yes, I do. Oh, exhaustion? I'm not sure about exhaustion.
Yeah, it's got to help exhaustion.
I know. Let me look.
I don't think you're high enough level. I think there is an ability in there later on that you can take that helps with exhaustion. But
Oh, we're rolling initiative. Sorry.
yep. Ren, what'd you roll?
18.
18. All right. Solvar, do you need a moment?
No, I rolled a 9.
9. Okay. Jorak.
You're muted.
You're mooted. That's what Ren would say. You're
It's
mooted.
not an ability check. So is that with the -2? Probably not.
Sorry?
Initiative?
Yeah, it's -2 to everything.
Okay, then 7.
Okay. And Cayenne.
21.
21. Okay, so Cayenne, you are the first one up. What are you doing?
I'm going to take a chance. Ignore the little wisps. And I'm going to try to cast Detect Thoughts at the face.
Okay. You are going
See if I can tell what it's thinking, if it's there, if it's got a mind.
No, I gotta go back for that. Where did it go?
See if it can give me any more information by doing that.
You need to make actually make me a strength saving throw.
I just rolled a nat 20.
Okay, so you're fine.
24.
As if you get a wave of repulsion to be pushed away from this thing as you reach out to try and detect thoughts. Your mind is overwhelmed as you cast this, and it doesn't last very long because it's like it's cut short intentionally, but you are to the point where any longer you could have been severely damaged. Just a complete overload of
Goes,
So
wow.
that's your act.
This
Next up is Rin.
So these little wispy guys are definitely attacking, yeah?
That's what they appear to be.
She's gonna just go into defensive stance and not attack, but just parry and dodge.
Okay. So you're defensive. You're just there. And that brings us to them. So at this point, you're all close enough to one. They're all there's at least one of them within 10 feet of each of you. You can all make me a wisdom saving throw.
$13.
Yeah, you actually made it. You're good. How did everybody else do?
16.
You're fine? Diane?
17.
You're fine? Solvar?
2.
Oh,
Solvar, you get your mind filled with a memory. It's a flash of memory, but it's not yours. You know it's not yours. But you know it's somebody's memory. Sensory overlay of a stranger's life, and you have disadvantage on your next attack roll. Okay, so that's its normal ability. At this point, I'm going to have three of them on each of you. 5 will miss Ren. No, that's a 9. It still misses. That's a 9. And that's going to be a 23 to hit. Ren, does that hit you?
With the disadvantage,
hit,
'cause
yes.
she's dodging.
Yes, I'm dodging.
Oh, disadvantage? Okay, hang on. That would be a 16 plus 4, 20. 30, 20. Okay, so it's 7 points of psychic damage
Okay.
and a wisdom saving throw.
Damn wisdom. Sure. Where is it? 17.
17. You're okay. You're fine. You just kind of get disorientated for a second, but you still took that psychic damage. Now let's go to Solvar. Attack number 1 is going to be a 12, which will miss you. And a 12 and a 19. Solvar, does a 19 hit you?
Sure.
Sure.
You take 7 points of psychic damage, and I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Again, after I'm stupefied before. You can't do that to me this time. 17.
Same thing. You get kind of disorientated just for a moment, but it passes. Jorak, a 14, a 19, and that's nothing. So does a 19 hit you?
19 hits.
Wisdom saving throw, please, and you take 7 points of psychic damage.
Wisdom is 11.
You lose track of where and when you are. Your speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Okay.
So you're just kind of, where are you? What? You like completely blanked for a second. And Cayenne, a dirty 20, 9, and a 19.
I was also so the dirty 20 hits.
Yep. And the 19?
Oh yeah, that would hit too. I thought you said.
Okay. So that's 14 points of psychic damage.
Which
And I
she
need
would
a
take
wisdom.
half.
So you
being
take half.
resistant.
So
Yes.
you take 7. I need a wisdom saving throw. So where you're next, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
12.
Meets it. Okay. So you get disorientated for a second, and then you're fine. Solvar, you're up. Jorak, you're on deck.
So I noticed
And
that
you have disadvantage on an attack if you.
yeah,
attack.
I know. But I'm not attacking.
Okay.
So, I noticed that Rin and Cayenne have already done what they were going to do. So now my focus is going to be on Jorak, and I am going to cast Guiding Spark because he's well within 60 feet of me,
Oh yeah.
where he's going to gain an advantage on their turn, their next turn, which is coming up. So
Yep.
I'm going to do that. And then for my little bonusy thing, we are going to put out where to go? I think everybody is within 30 feet of me, I would imagine.
Yes,
So
they are.
I'm going to give a Hymn of Radiance because I know I need some hit point coverage again. And I'm going to roll a 1d8 and my modifier. Oh, we have 6 and charisma modifiers, I think 4. Oh. Charisma. Where are you? Oh, plus 4. So 10 hits back up.
So everybody gets 10 hit points healing.
Yes.
As your wings go out and this radiant light just kind of shines out and covers the area. Okay. And does that end your turn?
That ends my turn. Yes.
Okay. Top of the round. Cayenne.
I'm going to do as.
What about Jorak? Oh, he's out for this turn.
Oh, wait.
Didn't
Did
you
I
Am I
miss
disoriented?
No, sorry. I forgot. I missed Jorak. My bad.
That's why I
Bad
have
DM.
With it. That's fine.
advantage on him.
Well,
Yeah, you have advantage, right?
he's probably going to waste it, so I apologize
you're
for
not.
that. But
Don't say that.
what Jorak is going to do is, he's a little disoriented. He kind of shakes it off, but then thinking about everything that he's heard and that's been going on, he will actually go ahead and kneel before the face, and he'll kind of call out, "I know what it's like to be trapped in one place and left there. I'm sorry you had to go through this, but if we can help, let us know." And
Okay.
that's it. Doesn't attack, doesn't do anything. He just kneels and kind of bows his head and kind of speaks that out loud. And
All
that's
right. Cayenne. Top of the round. You see Jorak go to his knees and kind of say something to it, pray to it, whatever you want to call it.
She's going to step over next to Jorak, put her scimitar down in her right hand. She still has the pebble in the left hand, and kneel beside him. Say, "We are not here to harm you. We are here to help."
Okay. And that brings us to Rin. Rin, you see what's going on. You see Jorak stop, and again, you don't. Just to put it in context, you don't know why they're doing what they're doing. For all you know, they could be charmed and they're being commanded to do this. I mean, for all you know, you have no clue. But Jorak just kind of went to his knees and kind of said, "We're not here to hurt you." Cayenne all of a sudden did the same thing. What are you doing?
I think her hunter's instinct is kicked in, but she doesn't want to fight, so she's just going to continue being on the defensive.
So are you staying put or are you backing up a little bit?
Well, I'm backing up a bit.
Okay, so you back up a little bit and you take on a more defensive stance again. Solvar, what are you doing? When you
Don't
see all
those little
this-
misties get to go first before me?
Yeah, well, they seem to be hesitating.
Oh, see, that's what I was going to do. Now that I saw those two drop to their knees, remembering what my vision was, and then connecting with Marin afterwards, I wanted to see what those wisps were doing. So you said they were at a halt right now?
They seem to be hesitating. Maybe they're readying an action. You're not sure.
Okay, well, you know what? Taking on what my vision was, seeing what they're doing right now, I will then drop to my knees, if you can find them, and I will sort of begin to hum, remembering what that resonance was of the stone.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to do.
As you guys have all done that, 9 of these wisps go back into the stone. 3 still circle around Ren. They're not attacking. They're just spiraling and circling around Rin and around this entity of stone and crystal. So what are you doing, Rin, as you see this? You see the rest of it disappear, other than yours.
Yeah, after I see that, I put my weapons away. I kind of look around and shrug and go down on one knee.
Okay. The 3 wisps disappear. What you guys are getting from this entity is it is alive and it's aware.
That's why I
Completely.
cast Detect Thoughts. Yeah, trying to
yeah,
find that out.
You were just overwhelmed. Okay. It seemed to be aware of way more than what should be possible. It shapes stone and crystal and sigils. It's wounded, though, and fragmented somewhere. You've kind of determined that, and that's kind of where it's shifting this point. A deep pulse rolls through the chamber, stronger than before. The sleeper's sigils flare and shift and become sharper into geometric patterns. The great mandala of its face ripples, tightening into a focus as if turning towards you. The air vibrates. The ground hums. Your shards glow bright. The sleeper is completely waking. A soft pressure fills your minds. Not invasive, but searching. Just like reaching for something. Like a forgotten melody, trying to recall the next note. The sleeper speaks, but not in words, not in sound, but in resonance, in that vibrational hum. At this point, just moving over to the first person, and it was Jorak. A shimmer of sigils forms the impression of a phrase in your mind. My shard returned. A vision flares. The marble above and the marble in your hand glowing like a star in the sleeper's chest. You see a shattering into 7 different fragments scattered throughout the sanctuary. And then again, you see a phrase in your mind. A piece of me is lost. What is your reaction, Gerard?
Well, he kind of relays to the party out loud as if saying back, this is what you said. And he's like, we brought the marble. We can return your shards if we know where to.
Okay.
And he'll kind of offer that to him.
All right. Next up is Cayenne. Another pulse. You guys all feel these pulses, deep and warm. Again, it's kind of like warming to the soul as you get this resonant hum. Cayenne, you get a vision in your mind of words forming just out of nowhere. The order learned from me, guarded me, and then you get visions of silent monks kneeling, hands on the sleeper's crystal veins. Not jailers. They were protectors. And then the vision fades. Cayenne, what is your reaction to that? Now, you had, Solvar, I believe you did share it, or you still haven't shared the kneeling of the monks yet. No? Okay. So, Cayenne, what is your mute? By the way.
You say that the monks used to guard you and learn from you, but we have one of the order, and they now only have knowledge of you in myths. They do not seem to know your role, their role, your purpose. What can we do to help?
So you're trying to communicate the best you can. Like, you're not sure how this is all happening. You're getting these flashes in your mind. All of you suddenly feel a very painful, sharp, fractured flash throughout the room. Rin, you see a violent rupture of light. The sleeper, this being in front of you, splitting inward on itself. The sanctuary convulsing as guardians form instinctively. And then you get these words that come to you. Memory. Broken. Shattered. What is your reaction?
She kind of says absently, yeah, I can relate. My memories are shattered and broken too.
Okay, so you're trying to kind of relate to its situation. All of a sudden, you see the sigils as they're moving turn dark at their edges, and a deep, dissonant rumble echoes through the chamber. Solvar, a vision of sand dunes shaking, trembling. You can actually see the sand vibrating above. Like, it's such a vibration that the sand is rising from the actual ground itself. You see a vision of a similar being of earth and stone, massive beneath the sand. A pulse, black and inverted, like resonance turned inside out. And then you get these division of words in your mind. Another woke when you called, opposite rising, and it fades. What's your reaction?
I'm going to look forcefully with my little bird head at Marin, because I want to see what Marin is actually doing. And if he's not making any attempt, any move, let's just say I'm going to call him out. Like, this is who you say you follow, and you're doing that. Like, I need him to get back in here on his knees.
You look at him, and as you look at Marin, is again you've kind of kept that intuition going as he's been following along with you. You see in his face an honest uncertainty. He is clutching his staff with white knuckles, and he just kind of looks and he goes, I don't know. I don't know what this means. The legend spoke of resonance and sound and guidance, not whatever all this is. And he swallows hard. But something else has responded to the Shard's call. Something in the mainland. And the sleeper, and he kind of steps forward for a moment, and you see his knuckles relax a little on the staff, and he puts his hand on the surface of the stone. But the sleeper is afraid of it.
What were they protecting him or her or it from?
He doesn't have an answer. He says, I don't know all of this. I don't know what it. There's no knowledge of him even teaching us. He's just been a belief, a blind faith. It's said that Griva, and then he kind of says, it's said that Griva created beings in the beginning.
Okay.
For what purpose, we don't know.
I'm going to stay in conversation with Marin. I just had a vision of another being, likeness of this warden, or this echo warden, or whatever they call the sleeper of the echoes, or whatever. But distant from here, creating havoc. What do you know? Like, what's the correlation between them? Like, is that and something we should be looking for? Like, I mean, I know
Are you asking Marin, or are you asking the entity? Or are you?
I'm asking Marin. Asking Marin.
Marin has no clue.
Okay, then I'm going to turn my focus to the being, and I'm going to try and channel melodically to get a sense of what it's trying to tell us. What do you need from us? What can we do?
You're not getting anything from that, but you start to get a vision based on what it was that you just asked Maren. You get a vision of those dunes again,
Again.
vibrating against some kind of sand dunes, vibrating and collapsing inward, like forming a sinkhole. A black frequency, like an inverted echo. You know, you ever hear when you hear an echo, but then all of a sudden there's like a counter resonance that you get that just kind of throws everything off. You get that. And it actually, the words that come to your mind is counter resonance. As old as I.
Okay, well, we got two opposites, and one is awake. Oh, I'm saying to myself. But there's got to be something we can do or help with. Not that we're going to save the day, but there's something we can initiate or whatever we need to do. So again, I'm going to ask the party, I'm going to tell the party what I've just experienced. And it's going to be a matter of we need to go and find this counter.
Or do you?
Or do we? One of the two.
But you also, at this point, you've also determined that you are able to ask this being questions. Not maybe traditionally, but you are able to ask it things, and it gives back some kind of message. You have to figure it out, obviously, but it is trying to communicate with you. What's everybody else doing?
Rin is kind of got she's got like this thinking look on her face, and then she just starts to hum in that resonance.
Yep.
And then project her question to it through that.
Okay, what question are you asking? As you do this, by the way, your stone glows brightly as you're doing it.
Can we help?
A pulse goes out from this being, but not like you felt before. It's weak and it's fading. And what goes through the words it's communicating to you is broken, cannot rise, not whole.
How do we make you whole?
That's what Kyan was going to ask.
Okay, so you're probably doing this at the same time. So
Yes.
Ren has asked that question, and Cayenne has asked, what we can do. You get a vision, and again, you're not sure what it relates to exactly or how it relates to it, but you're getting a vision of this massive sleeper breaking into pieces and shards raining down like stars.
That was like my vision.
Yeah, and you're getting it again. And each piece is glowing brighter and brighter as it falls down towards you, the party. And the stone in your hand is glowing just like them. And the words in your mind that you're getting from this being is fragments, remembering through you, and it fades. Jorak, what are you all about at this point? Is you're kind of, you see that they're kind of, it looks like they're in meditation with this thing. You see their stones flaring and glowing. Yours is humming and just a slight glow as well. What are you doing? And you are muted, by the way.
Sorry, I'm trying not to breathe in the mic.
Right.
He kind of heard the conversation between Sovar and Marin, And he wonders, and looking at this thing, he doesn't know if they have the capacity to fix it, but maybe he can fix something else. So he kind of turns to it and asks it, kind of in a different line of questioning. Just a very simple, what part did Grieva have to play in this?
You get a vision and a pulse that goes out, warm pulse in the room. And as you get a vision of this chamber, a massive chamber, and you get the feeling of being held and warmth. And the only word that forms, mother. For you. At this point, you all, as you're all communicating in your own way, again, another sharp flash. This one too bright. You have to. You're covering your eyes. Your stones are flaring at the exact same time. Pain and confusion all flood your mind, and the words come to all of you. And Marin is on his knees with both of his hands against this thing at this point, his staff laying on the ground. The words appear forgotten, lost, reason hidden. What are you doing?
Rin pulls out her sigil that she got from Grieva, the one that she's been wearing all this time.
Yep.
The silver pendant, and offers it to the entity. This was given to me by Grieva in a previous life. If this will help.
Yeah, it doesn't take it. You get a warmth, like a warm sensation having it, but it doesn't take it from you.
Cayenne would like to look around for more of these shards that might have fallen off and look for where he's broken, where I see
you know that there's 3 of them that are on you, or 4 of them that are on the group of you. And who had the vision of the other missing shards? Because I believe it said there were 7.
I think it was
Cayenne. Make me an investigation roll, Cayenne.
I can't remember. I heard them all, but who was who? That is a 14.
That's enough. You do find 2 of these similar round river-like white stones, or not 2. Sorry, 3 of them. So you have 7 in total between the 4 you have, and there's 3 more.
Do I see a hole, wound, something I can place these in?
It's going to take you some time, but you're searching the stone face and the surface. What are the rest of you doing? Is she seems to be searching for something. She picked up more of these white stones that are glowing and humming, and she's searching the face of this structure. So what are the other 3? What are the 3 of you doing?
Well,
Rin calls over to Cayenne. Yo, what are you doing?
Well, it said it was missing some of its fragments that fell. So I'm trying to find them all, thinking we can put them in here. I found 3. We all had one already. Maybe if we can find a way to put them in, it would heal it.
Rin starts to search too.
Okay. Solvar and Jorak, what are you guys up to?
But didn't we put ours?
No, you took them. No one said they left them in the door. So
we assumed we left them, but it came back with us.
yeah, I didn't assume you left them. I assumed.
Oh, okay. I assumed they went into the door and they went poof, gone. Okay.
No.
All right. Sorry.
It was as soon as you touched the door in those spots, it did that.
Oh, okay. So now I'm going to start flying around in this cavern now that I know what the others are doing. And I'm going to start to look and scout the ground with my little eagle eyes to find out if I see any more shards.
Oh, we think we have the shards. We're looking for where to put them.
Oh, I thought you said you still needed 7.
Well, we each have
That's-
one.
Okay, never
That's
mind.
4. I
Now
found
that we know
3.
that the stone stayed with
I was
us.
told there were 7.
Okay, so I'm going to fly up on higher up of the entity to see if there's any. Yeah.
Yep. And what about Jorak?
Jorik is actually going to go over to Marin and kind of like kneel down next to Marin, but not talk directly to Marin, but talk out loud back to the entity. And he's like, don't worry, Marin and his people will help continue to take care of Grievous' son. And he offers Marin the white stone. So if they find a place, he wants Marin to have the honor of putting it in.
Okay, Marin takes the stone. It takes you guys about a half an hour, but you do find a fracture, a small fracture that actually opens into a much larger fracture. But the small fracture looks like it actually will take each piece of the stone you have.
Okay. So
Marin doesn't
walk up.
hesitate.
Yes.
He seems, again, he seems torn but compelled. He places the stone in, and he just kind of moves away in reverence. Do the rest of you follow suit?
Yep. Cayenne walks up and places the 3 she found in the one she had.
Okay, you place them in. Everybody's doing the same. No one's keeping the stones.
I gave it to Merrick, so Merrick gave his.
Okay, so you guys put it in, and that part, the fracture, seals, but the rest of the fracture is huge. You're seeing it, and at first it just looked like a crack in the wall, but it will fit that marble slab upstairs.
Oh.
Plus a little extra.
Oh, hell no.
How do we get that down here?
Well, that won't be on you. There is the order for that, you know. They can move.
Marin, we have to get that slab upstairs down here to fill in this hole.
You guys notice the sigils beneath the stone stutter, and they begin to falter. Memories, you see those visions start to misalign. The chamber that you're in vibrates with an unstable resonance. The sleeper's mandala face flickers, forming one last impression. All of you get the words, "Help me remember." The ground trembles. The vision seems to be forming, but it needs guidance.
Marin, you're up.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I just figured because I don't think you guys have seen any. We talk about him. That's Marin.
Oh, okay. That explains everything.
Yeah, that's Marin. And the being that's around you is a little bit more than just that face. It's, you know, there's a lot to him. So anyway, just want to put that out there. But yeah, let's pull this up. The sleeper sigils flicker like failing lanterns. The chamber trembles. Resonant waves clash and scatter in discordant bursts around the room. It's like a sensory overload almost for all of you. Your shards that you placed in that crack vibrate sharply, almost painfully as it's sealed. Cracks of green light, though, above in that other chasm that is there, the wound, the fracture, split across the crystalline veins that are going through and forming those sigils. A distorted pulse rings out, rippling across the chamber. The sleeper is losing coherence. The swirl of symbols gather above the face, scattering, reforming, collapsing again. It is trying to show you something. It's kind of like what you're seeing in that image. It's trying to put together a picture, trying to show your mind a memory, but it's failing. Then a final thought impression surges into your mind. Hold the pattern. And the visions kind of begin to form, and then they break apart.
Rin tries to physically hold the pattern and bring what together looks like it should.
Okay. Are you doing so performatively, using insight, trying to figure out what the pattern is, using Arcana to try and sense the magical flow? Like, how are you doing that?
She's because of the musical sort of like the tonal theme that she finds. She's doing it more in like a performance, a song.
Okay. So you're trying to chant or hum a stabilizing tone. So make me a performance check.
Nat 20.
Nice. That is one success.
In total, we still have that -2, right?
Yeah, you're still exhausted until you get a long rest.
Okay, so then it's only 22.
Okay. All right. So again, it's that is a success. Solvar, what are you doing?
I'm trying to search for a more calming melodic resonance because there's these competing things. I'm trying to intone whether it's the same as the marble one because I've been so in tune with that marble one. I've almost got that one pat down. But I'm going to project it to the being, the entity, in more of a soothing and a calming way, using those melodics communication. Roll you a who?
Insight.
Insight.
As you are trying to send a calming, steady emotional resonance, projecting calm and clarity to the being.
Well, it's 18. -2 or 16.
Okay, that's still a success.
Okay.
Jorak, what are you doing?
He's going to do something he hasn't done in a long time. He's actually going to do the Dance of Thahara, the storm dance. And so
you're
he's going to
using a
offer
form
this.
of prayer.
Mm-hmm.
Make me religion roll.
Religion. This is going to be for that. 14 with the -2.
Okay. As you're doing the dance, you actually start to get a mantra forming in your thoughts, perhaps being told to you from Thara. It's an old, ancient, silent echo mantra, rumored to calm sound. You get your next roll with advantage, and that's a success. Cayenne, what are you doing?
I'd like to try to determine more what the pattern is and what I need to do to hold it. So maybe like an insight?
I would say that's more of an arcana. You're trying to find the pattern to things.
Okay.
Searching. So an arcana roll. As you're
That's
trying
a 17.
to find the pattern, it's right. Okay, well, 17, that is a success. You do find a pattern in the resonance of the sleeper's pulse. The chamber goes still. The shards flare brilliantly. and they're all lined up, and you can see them. They're flaring even brighter than the veins in the stone. The sleepers' sigils all align. One perfect unified pulse. A vast holographic light projection blooms across the chamber floor. A map like that starts to now, you start to see the vision, but it's in holographic form in this room as you're standing on the edges. You see a map made of sound and light. The Southern Expanse, you see an outline that's meant to be the ocean waves. You see a rocky coastline. You see an expanse of desert sand dunes. A single point deep in the desert, pulsing with a warped, corrupted resonance like a heartbeat gone wrong. Sand sinking inward, pulled by massive, unseen force, a shadowed form beneath the dunes, stirring, awake. Black resonance waves echoing outward, clashing violently with the frequency that you're now, the warmth and that frequency you're now experiencing. The vision darkens, then snaps inward completely. The final image is burned into your mind. A distortion answering your call, and it is not a friend. Marin kind of steps back, steadies himself. He's pale, like very pale, and shaken. A counter resonance, a distortion. Yeah, okay. There was a legend that if the sleeper's frequency is opposed with a second presence, his voice cracks. If it rises fully, it could unmake everything. Resonance against counter resonance, sand against water, the stone, even memory could fracture. And he looks at each of you. Whatever answered that shard's call or that marble's call, it's awake now. To take away what you guys are all left with at this point, you have an understanding, like the four of you, with your experience in going through this, you have an understanding that there's a powerful ancient resonance-based entity that exists here, and another one that has more of a distortion, counter resonance in the mainland, further inwards. They are opposites. And the marble upstairs, its activation, awakened both of them. It's rising, and it has noticed all of you. We need the sleeper's breathing rhythm fractures again, faster, unstable. The chamber light flickers, the shards, the crack dims and returns stone. The sleeper's face twists, sigils scattering into chaotic patterns. A single impression forces itself into your minds. Cannot hold, unstable, help. It goes dark, it goes silent, but the chamber trembles. What are you guys doing at this point?
Let's get that marble down here and fill that crack.
Yeah. Rin turns to Marin, puts her hands on her fists on her hips, and says, "You're going to get your people to get that marble down here in there now."
Okay.
Or the whole world seems to be in danger of being unmade.
What are the other two doing? Jorak, so far?
Is it like gone, or is it just like
it's there, but it's dormant.
Okay.
The room is trembling, but it seems dormant. Where it was active before, you can kind of tell it's maybe preserving its energy.
Yeah, he's kind of like broken at the moment, just looking at something that's of significance, ancientness, and divinity, and he does not know what to do with that information. So he's just kind of EXE has crashed kind of mode.
Okay. With all that, suddenly a violent pulse tears through the chamber. Where it comes from, you're not sure. The sleeper, who was quiet and dormant, convulses. Not physically, but through its geometry. The sigils across its body stutter and flash out of sequence. Waves of raw resonance roll outward, crashing against the walls like invisible tides. Cracks split across the chamber floor. Crystal veins flare too brightly than dim. The very air vibrates with chaotic, discordant force. The sleeper's face twists, symbols scattered into patterns of panic. Marin braces himself as he was getting ready to go for the stairs and go back. It's not whole. It's awakening. It's unstable. You see this slab of stone shift behind him, almost knocking him forward. And then he kind of catches himself and he says, if the resonance collapses, the entire cradle could fold in on itself. We have to anchor the chamber. Align the sigils, seal the fractures, do something. And he's still going towards the door, Ren, because you told him to get that slab, right? I don't know how any of this works, but we're gonna try. Trying to remember legends and history. With that, I need all of you to roll. I need 5 successes before 3 failures, just so you know. This is you're trying to stabilize this chamber as he's gone upstairs to get the rest of the marble.
Okay.
Here are some examples of what you can do. You can try to seal the cracks with resonance using performance or arcana. Perhaps trying to align with religion or insight or sleight of hand, because your touch moves those sigils. Try to align some of them into patterns. Maybe trying to reinforce some of the crumbling stone or the cracks using athletics and strength. Like, I mean, there's anything you can try and do. Just talking calmly to it, trying to comfort it or offer comfort. Anything. Ren, what are you choosing to do?
Performance.
Okay, so you're trying to seal the cracks with resonance itself.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me a performance check.
Oops. 22, so 20.
You see a fracture, seal, and some of the resonance stabilize around it. Solvar, what are you doing to help?
Well, since it was resonance repair, that's what I was going to go for, the melodic side of it.
So you're going to do performance as well?
Do performance, yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, that was a 19 plus 6 is 25 minus 2 is 23.
Nice. So you see a fracture seal up and some of the resonance steadies. Jorak, what are you doing to steady the room? Be creative as you want.
Well, no, he doesn't know what to do. I mean, things are breaking apart. I mean, he's designed to break things apart, not keep them together. So he's going to try to use whatever strength he can to
So you're using physical athletics to try and force things back together before they fall apart. So yeah, that is an option. Roll me roll me an athletics check.
To 10.
Okay. A slab shifts dangerously as you're attempting this, and you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Reaction. He bears it.
Okay. So you do that. What about Cayenne? What are you doing? So that is one failure.
Some sleight of hand to see if I can shift the sigils, maybe even catch that falling stone.
Okay. Roll me sleight of hand.
I rolled an 18, which is a 20. Dirty 20 altogether.
Okay. You roll a sleight of hand. The sigils, you manage to move a couple of them, and they relock into a sequence that seems to calm the pulse coming from the sleeper as you do so. So you do manage that. That is 3. We need 2 more. Solvar, what are you doing?
Was it my turn now?
It's your turn again, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Rin's.
No, we're jumping to you for a reason.
Right. So I'm gonna continue looking for another fracture. Use melodic to
And you're still using the same thing? Okay.
Yep.
Roll me a performance check.
16. So 18 minus 2 is 16 plus 6 is 22.
Okay, so that's another success. Jorak. We're gonna do you again.
Well, everyone seems to be singing to it, so he's going to try to match the resonance, but he's going to do it like a throaty kind of like kind of.
Okay, like a chant, like an old Gregorian chant.
Exactly.
All right, so make me a performance check.
That's just one die, so that's going to be 15 with the -2.
Nice. That actually is your 5th and final success. The final sigils all rearrange and snap into place. The fractures seal up. The chamber settles. The sleeper's pulse smooths into a slow, rhythmic rise and fall. Its face reforms into a coherent spiral. Calmer now. Everything dims just slightly. Marin exhales shakily.
I thought he left.
He's back down, and you hear noise. You hear noise up the you hear noise up the stairs. They're probably bringing down pieces of it. You guys only went down a couple of flights of stairs, but now you've kind of opened up everything for them. So this is kind of in and out. You stabilized it. The city still stands because of you right now. And he looks up at the sleeper, his awe just deepening. We've saved it. The path to the sleeper's final gift opens.
That's right. I forgot we were under.
The chamber grows quiet. Everything gets warm. The sleeper's face tightens, forming patterns that feel like gratitude on its facial features. Something begins to rise from the sleeper's crystal veins. Small motes of light drifting towards each of you. They're almost in the shape of the stones, but they're not stone. They're just motes of light. Go down here. Where's number 7? Number 7. The tremors all fade. The sigils dim to a glow. The sleeper's breathing light pulses settle slow. Something, those little motes of radiance, they're like emerald radiance, drifting upwards like sparks from a sacred fire. They swirl around you, forming soft patterns of light in the air. You sense a tone, a resonance, a feeling, gentle, grateful, fills your mind. You helped me remember, the motes descend and touch your skin. Gift of, that will be Solvar. As this mote touches you, a soft harmonic tone settles into your being, and you sense, once again, in the exact place you found it before, a stone. And it's done on as a charm, like an amulet that you find on your person. You gain resonance hearing. You have advantage on all perception checks involving any kind of faint or distant sounds. Once per long rest, you can also emit a harmonic pulse that reveals invisible or hidden creatures within 10 feet until the end of the turn. This is once per long rest. You can do that, and no action is required. It's just I do the pulse. It's like a radar. Beep, beep. Out. Yeah.
It's birdie radar.
What does the pulse do?
It detects invisible creatures.
Oh.
Rin, the mote melts into your skin, and once again, you feel where your stone was an amulet. Kind of like a marking of where you are. Not sure if the power you're feeling right now is coming from that or if it's within you. You don't know. You gain Veil of Quiet. You have advantage on all stealth checks made in dim light or quiet spaces. Once per long rest, you can create a 5-foot sphere of silence centered on yourself for 1 minute. This does not impede your own spellcasting. You can just do it. Or any abilities that you have. So, it's just like an automatic, boom, at will, or once per long thing.
What was the second part?
Once per long rest, you can create a 5-foot sphere of silence centered around yourself for 1 minute. If someone is within that spell, like if you choose them to be in that bubble of silence with you, it does not affect spell casting on the inside. But it is silent. You can't hear anything outside of it. But a spell can still be cast. We are going with Jorak. The moat lingers for a moment. Just right at your forehead level. And it stops and it circles and then it goes in. You don't feel an amulet at all at the moment. But you gain echoed recall. You cannot forget anything learned in the last 24 hours. Once per long rest, you can re-roll a failed intelligence check, history, arcana, investigation, etc. But you must use the second roll. A moment later, you feel an amulet. Cayenne, the moat touches you, and it goes right into your eyes, creating ripples in your vision, like blinding you for a minute, and you see waves. But you gain harmonic sight. You have advantage on perception checks that rely on any visual details. So not just like a specific generalized perception. If you're looking at visual detail, you get advantage with perception. Once per long rest, as a bonus action, you can see resonance trails, vibrations, magical pulses, emotional echoes, etc., within 30 feet for one full minute. Doesn't detect illusions or anything like that, but it does reveal energy patterns of lingering magical effects. So that's... Marin drops to one knee as you now see coming down from above a floating platform of that marble surrounded by other monks. But he drops to one knee, unable to stand by the looks of it. The legends, they never spoke of this. Gifts from the sleeper itself. Recognition. His voice kind of cracks as you see tears coming down his face. And he looks to you all and he says, "You're part of this story now. Whether any of us understand it or not." So, with that, what is everybody doing at the moment as you receive this and you feel the gift? And it takes you a moment, but you do realize that the amulets that you've all now received back is just a token. It is not the power that you've been given. That power has been given within you. So it is a natural now ability of yours.
Rin will go up teary-eyed to the sleeper and gently place her hand on, saying quietly, "I'm glad we were able to help you find your memories, and hopefully one day I can do the same."
Everything fades for a moment and everything quiets. And the face that's in front of you kind of pulses with a low, heavy rhythm as you say those words. But then you hear that counter resonance in the distance. Darker, frightened. Something beyond this chamber has still answered a call, and it has this being worried. But with that, you also get a memory or a knowledge that hits you that you have been misplaced in time. And that's what it leaves you with that. As everything slows and deepens, there's uneven pulses echoing through the chamber. The monks are doing their thing, and they're trying to use spell abilities to break apart the marble and put it into the cracks to help it reform or repair it. Is anybody doing anything specific at this point?
I would like to approach Marin.
Yep.
And basically tell him, this is your duty now. Don't forget. Always remember, bring back the teaching. Now that you know what's here, because you didn't have a clue what was here,
No.
bring the order back. Reestablish the order to what the order was, or start the teaching again, or whatever. The time is, I'll forget this poor soul down here.
Yep, for sure.
And do we see that they're starting to try to get the marble into that crevice? That
Yep,
the fracture
they're
was?
trying. They're breaking it apart using magical means into smaller chunks and putting it where it should fit, using meld stone or whatever they're doing, stone shape and whatnot. So, are you doing anything specific, Cayenne or Jorak or anybody else?
Jorak is going to turn to face a wall that's not the sleeper, that's not the monks, that's not the party. Just going to turn to face a blank wall, and it goes to the counter resonance, and he'll slowly raise a middle finger, and that's it.
The rest of you, as he's doing this, the rest of you feel a final pulse kind of radiate out. Not angry, but it's concerned. A warning. These sigils begin to flare one at a time. And you get the words that come to all of you, including you, Jorak, as you're facing the wall. The one who answered the call moves now. And a vision slams into all of your minds. Dark surf crashing against the mainland coast. Earth trembling beneath weathered stone. Great buildings of Elderlock shaking and beginning to crack, including the massive Monastery of Shadow atop the cliff. Black pulses rising from somewhere deeper inland. Storm winds twisting around distant fortress gates. The sleeper's voice that you've become accustomed to now over the last little while fades into broken resonance. The mainland trembles. Truth rides a shifting wind. You must be its counter resonance. And those final words kind of fracture away, and the sleeper dims fully. You can no longer see the sigils or the face, just a rock and crystal that is there. You do see a part off to the side. Is that the wrong scene? No, it was the wrong scene. That kind of a wall that folds inwards, like massive petals off to the side of where the face was here. All of a sudden, parts of the wall fold in. The roof plates slide together with deliberate purpose here. The cradle, the room that you're in, is sealing itself, protecting the sleeper, almost like it's shutting you out. The only path is the one behind you. Marin backs away, his voice very thin. It's closing to protect itself, and we're protecting it. We should go quickly.
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
And follow up the stair, get out that way then.
So you guys all make your way out as you're assuming it closes behind you. And you're just making your way out to the surface. The moment you emerge into open air, something feels wrong. The monastery courtyard is still, but not peaceful. The wind moves strangely. Soft one moment, sharp the next. A tremor ripples through the stone beneath your feet. Somewhere to the north, across the rocky cliff area that you're in, storms gather in a spiraling coil. Not weather, something else. Something stirring. A low rumble echoes from far beyond the Elderlock walls. Marin grips his staff tightly, and something from the desert has answered. Whatever it was, it's coming. He turns towards the four of you, fear creeping into his voice. Whatever this is, it's really coming, and the mainland won't stay quiet long. What are you guys doing at this point? Anything you're saying during this situation, this moment?
No, I'll just say we'll go back to our captain and report what happened here to the best of our ability to understand what happened here.
Okay.
And
tell them voicing your ideas of what you want to do.
Yeah, and tell them of the impending danger.
We have a quest that's given to us by an elder being. I think we need to answer that call.
I agree, but I think we also need to go back to report to the captain. You can't just disappear.
The other two of you, any
Can't go
words to add?
on the ship.
Solvar, Jorak, anything to add to that?
Jorak just cracks his knuckles and he's filled with determination as if he's getting ready for his last bout, the grandest match of all.
Okay. Solvar?
I think we should go back to the captain,
Yes.
collect
Okay.
what we need or what we get paid for since we did our job here.
So you guys are having this conversation, and you're, whether it be a debate or whatever, you're kind of just sharing your ideas. Well, this is what we should do. This is what we should do. You notice that Marin is talking with some of the other monks, and you see him also talking with some what look like dock crew, dock hands. A final tremor rolls beneath your feet, stronger than the last one. Birds scatter from the rafters in the monastery. Wind shifts sharply, carrying with it the tang of distant rain and something else, something metallic, like the echo of a struck bell. From the north, that storm coil tightens, a dark spiral reaching fingers towards the coastline. Somewhere beyond the rock, beyond the gates, something stirs. Something is answering. Marin steps closer to the group of you now, turns away from his group that he was with. Your captain, Darius Vane, he's waiting for you past the breakwall. He'd want to know about this, or gods, you, and he's looking at you almost begging, or gods, maybe you'll actually want to help. Like they're not stupid. They know you guys are technically pirates, right? So he hesitates though and adds, or you can refuse, of course. You owe us nothing. But if these tremors reach our gate, the whole coastline will feel it. Another pulse, thin and fading, glimmers through your being. The last echo of the sleeper's warning. A call you did not intend to send. A response you may choose not to answer or walk away from. And with that, we are going to end episode 15. And when we return after the holidays, the group of four will make their way back to the Reaver and report to the captain, and then figure out what they're going to do from there. Are they going to just sail away and do their thing, or do they actually want to get involved in a much bigger quest? Now, with that, I know we still got some watchers here, and people are going to want to probably know what's going on. I am going to try and pull up, because I did put together something for you guys, because I know everybody was asking about it last time. It was the XP. Because there's been 3 episodes you guys did not receive anything.
We don't need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
So, from episode 13, you guys all receive, where is it? 500 experience points. That's each.
Okay.
From episode 14, you received 900 experience points. And for this episode, 1,200 experience points.
Damn.
Now, we should be, if I'm not mistaken, we should be close to level 5.
Yes.
Maybe even hit level 5. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it'll push us over, some of us anyway.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like
that's good.
13 or like 600 over.
Well, that's
Yep,
good.
definitely in the level 5.
Also, level 5 increases your proficiency bonus to 3 instead of 2.
Yes, it does. It also now will give you 4 the ability to name your group.
Oh.
you will become an official sub-faction of the Scarlet Reaver, which is already a sub-faction of the Crimson Gale. But
Okay.
so
I
that's
just
something
added
that you guys.
more in the Discord.
Yeah, I noticed. I've been watching you guys talking about names and stuff. I'm like, okay, well, you guys can figure it out. It's your call. You will get, of course, your standard pay from the captain when you get back for the delivery and whatever else. But I think you guys have actually walked away with something probably a little bit more valuable than gold coin on this particular one for sure. So,
Yeah.
with that in mind, thank you everyone for watching. We were actually, I think, up to 16 people at one point.
Wow.
Pretty amazing. We still got 9 of you sitting out there. I know some of us are probably us, but that's beside the point. Thank you very much for watching, or at least listening to us. We appreciate that. Even if you're just sitting there as background noise and listening, we appreciate the support for the Discord and for the channel. And of course, as you can see down below, like, subscribe, follow, set the little bell icon thing for notifications, and of course, go to the link lnk.bio/DeaconsTable to see all of our social media links. And the top one is our Discord. Come join us on Discord. That's where we're all from. That's where we gather our random adventure pool from our gamers that are there, and we do a 24/7 online role play as well. So it's a lot of fun. It's great to hang out with other geeks who speak nerd speak, which is awesome. And it's again, we absolutely love you all for joining us. We thank you so much. And until the next time, please may all your rolls be critical, not just that 20, because as we found out, a 1 can be so much fun for certain. Bye for now, guys, and we will see you at next week for our Christmas special.
Yay!
Yay! Excited.
Chowza.